Hello traders, the title of this video is The Secret of Elliott Motive Wave Revealed, Part 4. Yes, Part 4. Have you watched Part 1, 2, 3? If you did, congratulations and thank you for watching our videos. Alright, today I want to go a little bit deeper on this essential topic about the Elliott Wave Motive Wave Revealed, Part 4. What we have been talking about for new traders is that we are deducting a principle, a new principle, a trading principle from the Elliott wave principle relating to the motive wave. That's what we are doing, to create a valid trading strategy. All right. Without too much blah 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 blah. Okay, my friend. Today I want to talk about the expansion of market patterns. Alright, so we talk about the rotation of the market pattern. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are expecting the rotation of a market pattern. In this tutorial, we want to talk about the expansion of a market pattern. So you may say, George, where did you get that from? All right. So let's get the expansion of a market pattern. So for instance, a market pattern is very, very small. All right. A market pattern can be very, very long. Now we are talking about the duration of the market pattern. How long it takes? 3 years for the market pattern to be completed, to be in place. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this one here for a car. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You were here at that point in time. It has started since 2007, has ended in 2016. That's a long time, isn't it? So we are talking about either the expansion, all right? We are talking about the size and the time it takes for the market pattern to be in place. That will also give us a bit of idea what is likely to take place when. Okay, so we are expecting a rotation first. Now, will that rotation of a market pattern also lead to an expansion of a market pattern? All right. So sometimes you may see a price consolidating. I talked about this also last time, in a smaller rising channel first, and then we have what we call an expansion. Then you break out, all right, going into a proper rising channel that is expanded, bigger size with more volatility going up. So you see, this is an expansion of a market pattern. All right. Now, we cannot talk about expansion of a market pattern without talking about the contraction of a market pattern. It becomes very, very interesting now, and I want you to, okay, have something to drink. I have my tea here, all right. Very good, all right, so have something to drink. We can also talk about the contraction of a market pattern. So something that you have to understand that sometimes you see this bigger triangle here. So you may see a market pattern like this, okay, going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then at the end here you may have a contraction of that bigger triangle. So which make it very interesting. So you have a double warning. So a bigger market pattern is in place. You are counting your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And somewhere within that bigger triangle market pattern, you will see at one point we may see a contraction of that bigger triangle. All right? Before you will see the rotation of the market pattern, or even an expansion of the new market pattern. So the market pattern can expand and market pattern can contract. All right. So what we need to be aware of is that when it's contracted, All right, when it's squeezed, so to speak. You remember Bollinger Band squeezed? All right, check it on YouTube. It's squeezed. It means that the volatility is very, very low, and the low volatility very often will be followed by what? A high volatility. What we are discussing today becomes so powerful for traders who understand what we call the ending diagonal. Now, so you don't know what is ending diagonal, it means that you need to go to www.24elliottwaves.com, click on ending diagonal or the fifth wave extension, and sit down and enjoy our website. So what is happening, we see the only motive wave that can be confined in a triangle is what? Is the fifth wave. The fifth wave can adopt the structure of, a corrective wave, meaning that the fifth wave can be confined in a triangle in a tiny squeeze, rising channel, or a tiny squeeze, declining channel. So where we have, the fifth wave subdivided into 5, and each mono wave of that fifth wave is subdivided into 3 instead of 5. So we say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up to 5, forming the fifth wave itself. That's what we call the ending diagonal. And that fifth wave is confined in a triangle similar to this one, like this. All right. And what we are discussing today, talking about the expansion of a market pattern. So you, in that case, you will be, so you are on top of, so suppose you say 1, 2, so I'm just making it up now, so accept that, so suppose you are here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, and now all this triangle is forming the fifth wave. I'm just assuming now for educational purposes, and now you have what we call the ending diagonal. If the market pattern is squeezed, is contracted, all right, we will expect an expansion. We will expect a volatility. The expansion means volatility. Price going very fast, all right, price galloping, so to speak, all right, and so when you are applying this strategy and you notice that the market pattern is squeezed, is compact, all right, we will expect a volatility to follow when we have either a breakout above or a breakdown below. All right, we will have an expansion. Now, understand that this is not a scientific formula. It doesn't mean that definitely you will have volatility, definitely. But it's an expectation. Very often, after a contracted or squeezed or a compact market pattern, if you have a rotation, the new market pattern will be expanded. Another thing I need to mention to traders is that you are applying this strategy and you see that the duration of the market pattern has been too long. Especially you see this one here, has been prolonged for many years. If it breaks above it, it means that the price will continue to go up more. So this is again the expansion, all right, the expansion. If a consolidation has been in place for too long and you have a breakout, that breakout usually it will continue for a while. Now, some traders will say definitely, not definitely, has a high chance to continue for a long time. It's usually, what's the meaning of it? A consolidation or a market pattern that has been in place, especially the corrective market pattern that has been in place, consolidation, horizontal, triangle, and so on, has been in place for a long time. After a breakout or a breakdown, a trend that will start usually will remain in place for a while because it's like the foundation of the new trend. So the foundation is solid. Instead of having 2 bricks, you have 10 bricks. Instead of having 10 bricks, you double the size of the brick that you are using for the foundation. So the length or the duration of the market pattern will also give us a bit of idea whether we'll have an expansion or not. So when I'm talking about the expansion, you are talking about two types of expansion. An expansion that comes from a compacted or a squeeze market pattern. That's the first one. Another expansion can happen if the current market pattern has been prolonged, talking about the duration of the market pattern. Now, you will say, George, it's getting a bit too much for me now, and I'll say to you, you haven't seen anything yet, because we're going to talk also about the predictive fractal pattern for this strategy again. Now, you want to become a smarter Elliott wave trader, which means you want to play from every angle. So they bring you, okay, in a Zulu line, you can fight there. They bring you, all right, on the playing field, you will stand the heat and compete with the whole trader out there and see clearly what is taking place. All right? So a market pattern can contract, a market pattern can expand. Those information are very important for us, because the bottom line for Elliott wave trader, we want to know what is going to happen before it happens, or we want to have a bit of idea what is happening, what is likely to take place after that. So if you understand what is taking place now, talking about market pattern, the rotation of the market pattern, the expansion of the market pattern, the contraction of the market pattern. So the rotation can be from a squeeze market pattern to an expanded market pattern, or from an expanded market pattern to a squeeze market pattern. Or we may have an expanded market pattern, and at the end of the expanded market, we may have a squeezed market pattern. So an expanded market pattern that is also including at the end a squeeze market pattern. That's what we see very often, especially when we are talking about the ending diagonal, probably going now, first wave, second wave, third wave, being extended, fourth wave, and a fifth wave. Now the fifth wave is now ending diagonal, compacted in a triangle, squeeze triangle. It's alerting that the correction that will begin will be volatile, a primary round verifier. We may even have a sharp correction bursting out. So you squeeze something, you squeeze it, and then it bursts out. All right, you see now? So if you squeeze like a tomato, you squeeze it, pew! All right, that's what's happening. All right, that's the expansion taking place right there in front of you. All right? Don't do it with pepper, though, or I go into your eye. Don't do it with pepper. They do it with tomato, my friend. All right? So now let's go back to the predictive fractal pattern using this strategy of the Elliott motive wave, the deduction that we are making. Let's check my time. Okay, 12 minutes, so not bad. So sometimes something very interesting will happen. All right. Well, for instance, those who are scalpless, or you on your 15-minute time frame. It's a very beautiful time frame, by the way, where you can see a lot of fractal patterns. And you see a market pattern. It can be a triangle, can be a horizontal channel, can be a squeeze rising channel, can be a normal rising channel, can be a normal declining channel, or a squeeze declining channel. And you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? And on that particular time frame, you see a smaller reversal. You think of a higher degree wave count, you check the higher time frame to align to see where you are, talking about the bigger wave cycle. All right, you are doing your own thing. But what I want you to do, I want you to train your eyes. All right? If you need glasses, buy glasses, please. All right? This will make you laugh a bit. So, to train your eyes that when you look at a pattern, all right, try to recognize the pattern. So, sometimes what usually happens, you see this pattern here that we have on this triangle here. This pattern may form at early stage on the lower time frame. So you may see, for instance, even on the 4-hour time frame, a pattern exactly like this may happen even a few years ago, or a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. And the same pattern that you have traded on that lower time frame will copy itself on the higher time frame. So now you understand why I have so many lines on my chart, and you wonder, George, I never see any trader leaving so many lines on their chart. The reason that I do that, sometimes you'll be amazed that something that you have drawn on a daily chart is being played on a monthly chart. The structure will copy itself and will expand itself onto a higher time frame. Sometimes it may happen first, like you see here, on the I'm on the monthly chart now. This structure, suppose you are here, and you are wondering, should I buy, should I buy, should I buy, should I sell? So we are here now, isn't it? So at that point in time, probably then you go to the daily chart. And amazingly, you'll be surprised that where the red spot is, at that point in time, the same pattern that you are looking at on the monthly chart is now being taking place on the daily chart. So here you are, you count your 5 move in a triangle on the monthly chart. You are getting ready to buy. Now you go to the daily chart, and you see that on the daily chart, you see another triangle showing you a smaller triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with similar, sometimes exact structure or similar structure on the daily chart. You have a double edge because a bigger pattern is in place, a pattern is in place on the higher time frame. Now, as you want to buy, you see the same pattern tell you, can you recognize me? Can you recognize me? All right, we met last time. Can you remember me? And if you remember that pattern, you have an edge because you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want the daily chart. See, hold on a second. This pattern on the daily chart looks like the pattern that we are looking on the monthly chart, and then you look at it, and you'll be amazed that sometimes you may have the same structure or similar structure, or almost the same structure on the lower time frame. On the other hand, you may see it first on the lower time frame, all right? And then you trade it that day. It was a winning trade, and it stick in your mind because you digest, you dissect it. You say 1, 2, 3, and then you look at it. You say, well. And a few months down the line, you come back again and say, okay, last time I traded this stock, it was very good. I want to trade it now. This time you go to the monthly chart, and you are saying, well, it looks to me like the same pattern that I traded last time a few months ago on the 4-hour time frame, and then you check it, you say, yes. All right. So it's a predictive fractal pattern. So for trading that, I won't read you. Where do you get that word of a predictive fractal pattern? I have heard about fractal pattern for years, but I never heard about predictive fractal pattern. Well, go to www.dprotrader.com and click on predictive fractal pattern. As I told traders at dprotrader YouTube channel this year, talking about level 3 technical trading, we will be showing traders how to use the predictive fractal pattern. If you are an Elliott trader, you must embrace. All right? I'm not saying to embrace your computer, but to embrace the predictive fractal pattern subject to master it, because the best Elliott trader out there do not talk about the predictive fractal pattern, but they do use it because they don't want other traders to know about it. All right. So that's it. That's the secret of Elliott motiway revealed. Part 4 is becoming a bit complex. If it becomes more complex, how do you deal with it? You take it one step at a time. Sometimes you may watch a video, like one time I tried to fix my computer. I watched the video on YouTube. Well, I look for other video. I can't see another video for that particular computer. I go back again. I watch the same video again. I don't know whether I should do it or not. Then I watch it again. Then I watch it again. It's something to do with changing my disk. And the person was removing their keyboard, which I found a bit complex. Then at the end of the day, so which means sometimes if it's complex, if you think that the video is too difficult for you, you have to watch it maybe many times. Or you watch it bit by bit. All right? Or you watch it, you go away. A few months down the line, you are thinking of it, and then something click. That's it. That's all you need to do. All right? So to summarize this video, what we have been doing, we know that the motiway is from the 5-way, and at the end of the 5th way, we have a correction. The correction is a rotation of a market pattern. Okay. So we deduct that. All right, let's remove the 5-way and call it 5 move. What will happen? Will that stand? And it did stand. Either in a rising channel, a declining channel, all right, horizontal channel, a triangle. If we count 5 moves, very often we see a rotation. If the rotation does not take place, we start counting again, taking another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until just flowing with the price. According to trader, just flowing with the price until the rotation takes place. But today, what we are talking about, we are focusing on the size and the length, talking about the duration of the market pattern. So, whether you have a rising channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pay attention to the size of the rising channel. If it's a declining channel, pay attention to it. Also, pay attention to the duration of, the current market pattern. We know also, because for traders that apply this strategy, especially when you are using it for triangle or a rising or horizontal channel, we know that there is alternance between the second wave and the fourth wave. So if you see a triangle or horizontal channel in the fourth wave, you want to pay attention to the second wave because we have alternance between the second and the fourth wave. Check the video that we call Elliott wave rules. I will not repeat myself again. Alternance. All right. Pay attention to the ending diagonal. It reflects the expansion. The fifth wave is squeezed into a triangle or a smaller rising channel, subdivided into 5 waves that are subdivided into 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We are likely to see the correction being very, very fast, being volatile. The expansion means increase in volatility, increase of the market force that is in place. All right. If you have an impulse wave, all right, here it is. If you have, suppose the third wave is not extended, the fifth wave is not extended, and you are now in the fifth wave, we will expect the fifth wave to be extended easily. All right, and so on and so on. So the price can expand from a smaller size, a compacted market pattern, into a bigger size. Very interesting scenario. A wider market pattern will be finishing with a smaller market pattern. So you may see a triangle bigger like this, but at the end it will form another smaller triangle at the end. Sometimes the opposite is also true, when you may see a smaller triangle at the beginning, and then at the end it will expand to a bigger triangle before the breakout or the rotation of the market pattern. A market pattern can also contract, so which means the consolidation, is in a wider triangle, all right, and then a price breakout didn't go out very fast, all right. If it's prolonged, especially consolidation, prolonged, take too long, all right. If it breakable, has a more chance that to continue up with a stronger force. But remember, we talk about market forces in part 3. The price will not go up or down without the market forces supporting it, becoming a smarter Elliott wave trader. We also talk about the predictive fractal pattern, when this strategy that we are applying probably on your 3-minute time frame, the price may exhibit a structure that can be played later on in the future. So you see on the 3-minute, on the 5-minute, and you don't even pay attention to it, all right? So you can just take a copy of that structure. So you play one on your lower time frame, just take a copy of it and save it, all right? I've done one with the dollar yen a few years ago, when the structure on the lower time frame, I saved them, and here the dollar yen was printing the same pattern on the higher time frame. This is about the predictive fractal pattern of Benoit Mandelbrot. Another time, the pattern may be completed first on the higher time frame, or on the specific higher time frame, and then you go to the signal time frame. Now it's playing the smaller version of it. So probably you have swing traded on your weekly charts, all right? Now you go to the 4-hour time frame, day trading, and then you see a smaller version of the same pattern. It's a predictive fractal pattern. You will play it now using the top-down trading method, breaking it down, 4-hour time frame, 15-minute time frame, 3-minute time frame. So either way, whether it's copying it or pasting it, you are in it and keeping your eyes wide open and trading it like a pro. And in all cases, you do not want to lose. You do not want to forget the first rule we say that do not lose. You are defensive. You are prudent. You are not wasting your money. You make sure you master what we are discussing today using a demo account before going live. So this is the end of this tutorial, and as always, if you have any question or suggestion, put in the comment section, and in due course I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. All right. If this video has been truly useful to you, let us know by sticking your beautiful thumbs up. All right. You think that George, well, it's the same repetition. Try to impress me. Doesn't work this time. All right, mark it down. But if you think this is an essential tutorial, feel free to share with your friend on Google+, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. This will conclude our discussion today about the secret of Elliott motive wave revealed, part 4. See you in part 5. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW 24 traders. Happy today to you all, and I will speak to you soon.